1. Bible records, 124 miracles. 73a. Miracles are those acts that only God can perform, usually superseding natural laws. Baker's Dictionary of the Bible defines a miracle as an event in the external world brought about by the immediate agency or the simple volition of God. It goes on to add that a miracle occurs to show that the power behind it is not limited to the laws of matter or mind as it interrupts fixed natural laws. So the term supernatural applies quite accurately. B. Miracles are also known as signs and wonders. C. Here we have one of the 124 miracles recorded in the Bible. 2. Miracle 73, instant disease. King Uzziah instantly struck with leprosy, Jerusalem, 2 Chronicles 26:16-21. A. King Uzziah struck with leprosy. 2 Chronicles 26:16-21 New King James Version, NKJV 16 But when he was strong his heart was lifted up, to his destruction, for he transgressed against the Lord his God by entering the temple of the Lord to burn incense on the altar of incense. 17 So Azariah the priest went in after him, and with him were 80 priests of the Lord, valiant men. 18 And they withstood King Uzziah, and said to him, It is not for you, Uzziah, to burn incense to the Lord, but for the priests, the sons of Aaron, who are consecrated to burn incense. Get out of the sanctuary, for you have trespassed. You shall have no honor from the Lord God. 19 Then Uzziah became furious, and he had a censer in his hand to burn incense. And while he was angry with the priests, leprosy broke out on his forehead, before the priests in the house of the Lord, beside the incense altar. 20 And Azariah the chief priest and all the priests looked at him, and there, on his forehead, he was leprous, so they thrust him out of that place. Indeed he also hurried to get out, because the Lord had struck him. 21 King Uzziah was a leper until the day of his death. He dwelt in an isolated house, because he was a leper, for he was cut off from the house of the Lord. Then Jotham his son was over the king's house, judging the people of the land. B. Uzziah, meaning, the Lord is my strength, a contracted form of Azariah. I. This was the name of two biblical men. 2. King Uzziah, one of Amaziah's sons, whom the people made king of Judah in his father's stead, 2 Kings 14:21, 2 Chronicles 26:1. 3. His long reign of about 52 years was the most prosperous, excepting that of Jehoshaphat, since the time of Solomon. He was a vigorous and able ruler, and his name spread abroad, even to the entering in of Egypt, 2 Chronicles 26:8-14. 4. In the earlier part of his reign, under the influence of Zechariah, he was faithful to Jehovah, and did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, 2 Kings 15:3, 2 Chronicles 26:4-5. But toward the close of his long life his heart was lifted up to his destruction, and he wantonly invaded the priest's office, 2 Chronicles 26:16, and entering the sanctuary proceeded to offer incense on the golden altar. V. Azariah the high priest saw the tendency of such a daring act on the part of the king, and, with a band of 80 priests, he withstood him, 2 Chronicles 26:17, saying, It appertaineth not unto thee, Uzziah, to burn incense. Vi. Uzziah was suddenly struck with leprosy while in the act of offering incense, 26:19-21, and he was driven from the temple and compelled to reside in a several house to the day of his death, 2 Kings 15:5-27, 2 Chronicles 26:3. 7. He was buried in a separate grave in the field of the burial which belonged to the kings, 2 Kings 15:7, 2 Chronicles 26:23. At 1. That lonely grave in the royal necropolis would eloquently testify to coming generations that all earthly monarchy must bow before the inviolable order of the divine will, and that no interference could be tolerated with that unfolding of the purposes of God, which, in the fullness of time, would reveal the Christ, the true high priest and king forevermore.